When you're disappointed, guess what, folks? You have only yourself to blame. Because you didn't want to listen. And now it's time. It's time for a reality check. It's time to get down to business here. You need to know what this is. You need to know what you're spending your hard-earned money on. Because if you sit there and you think that this is a remake, you are dead wrong. And I don't care how many times you think that I'm wrong. I don't care how many times you sit there and say, "Oh, Michael, you don't know what you're talking about." That doesn't make what you're saying right. Just because you disagree. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? This is not a remake. At least it's not a remake that makes sense. You know what this is? It's basically Resident Evil 4 meets Resident Evil 7, inspired by Resident Evil 2. And I know you guys are going to sit there and say, "Oh, wait, Michael, that ain't a bad thing. I love those games. They're so cool." Cool. Take them and shove them where the sun doesn't shine. But you know what? As this old school die-hard classic Resident Evil fan, I was expecting something more. After waiting years, I thought Capcom was gonna do the right thing. Instead, what we get is an all-new game for the Fortnite audience. And you people, you can't seem to wrap your head around that idea. This isn't for the old school fans, because there's nothing here in this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2 for those fans. This is for someone who has never played a real Resident Evil game before. Period. End of story. But you don't care. Because you sit there and you obsess over the style and the presentation of the game, and you're like, "Oh my God, it looks unbelievably amazing." That's where you're wrong. Focus on gameplay. Focus on features. Focus on mechanics, as opposed to style, presentation, and graphics. You want to be disappointed. I know you do. Because believe me, that's what's going to happen. They've changed this game so much. They took everything that I loved about the original Resident Evil 2 and they threw it out the window. You want examples? I'll give you one example. Look at Kendall in his shop here in this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2. Who is that? What is that? That doesn't remind me of Resident Evil 2. But I guess it shouldn't, because it's an all-new Resident Evil game. This is so sad. And folks, this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2, it's going to destroy Capcom. You might be sitting there and you might be thinking, "Oh, Micah, you're so wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. You couldn't be more wrong." Just wait and see. Time will tell. The biggest mistake that Capcom has ever made is going to be happening in just a matter of a couple of weeks. You wait and see.